All right, come on, let's clap. All right. What's up, everybody? God bless. It is Toxic Talk Thursday, May the 8th, 2024. It is 8 a.m. Welcome, guys, to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team with the Queen Sharon Bond. Please, if y'all don't mind, like, share, follow, subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. The chat room is wide open, or you can call in. The number's 570-982-6950. We hope that all of you guys that are listening, and whoever's listening or viewing this show, is having a blessed morning, and we hope that your family's okay. And we're glad and we are truly appreciative of the fact that you guys are hanging out with us this morning on the Toxic Talk Thursday. Sharon Bond, good morning. God bless. Looking well. You're looking good this morning, Sharon. Your skin's looking good. You get good skin this morning, Sharon. God bless you. You got good skin this morning, Sharon. Good
Thank my husband.
morning.
Thank my
And,
husband
and,
for
and your
that.
walls are clean. You got clean walls. Your walls are clean. Sharon, your walls are clean. God bless you. Good to see you. And how are you this morning?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Good morning, Sean. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll tell my husband about the good skin. We can thank him for that.
Okay.
And I am happy. I'm happy Thursday. Um, let's do it. And
Okay.
it's good to
Well,
see you.
Well, guys, on a toxic talk, Sharon, if you don't mind, if you could, I should have told you that, I forgot. Could you pull up the weather real quick? It doesn't matter. It's New York, because it doesn't matter where it is. Guys, good morning. Welcome to the show. Now, listen, we're going to get into the show in a minute. And we're going to talk about this as the folks start coming into the room. One thing that Sharon Bond and myself have, one of the common bonds and denominators that we have together, is that we're big basketball folks. And we're going to get into the Knicks situation because I'm a big Knicks fan. I've been a Knicks fan, Sharon, since 1974. But I believe that one, unbelievable. And last night we repeated what we did 2 nights before. We were down 20 points and came back and won the game. Now we're going to get into that in a minute, and we're going to talk about that. I don't, Sharon, are you a New York Knicks fan, or what's your team?
Well, I'm a basketball fan. Let's go there. So I was excited that they won. How about that?
Okay. Okay, so she's a basketball fan, and we already know she's the president, commissioner, and overseer of the Dykeman of basketball tournament. Which, Sharon, I promise I will be there this year, and I am excited about it. Now, before we get into that, Sharon, do you have any local weather, real quick?
Well, local weather this morning, it says it's going to be 65 degrees. It'll go up probably to maybe 88. But this good New York weather right here. I suggest everybody get outside and get some of it. Definitely get some of it. We'll have some rain tomorrow, so today is a good day to go for that good walk and enjoy what's out there. But yeah, it's showing 65 degrees right now, going up to about 75, 88. So we're pretty good. You can do a little short on, short off.
All right, guys. Sharon just said, before we get into that, Sharon just said something funny. She goes, "Sharon, you don't realize how funny you are." She's so smart and witty, but she said something really funny just now. She said, "It's gonna be nice outside. Everybody come outside." Could everybody come outside in certain locations in certain states where we live? I don't. Some of y'all don't need to come outside. Okay, we got a lot of mental health issues. We got a lot of physical issues. I know it's gonna be nice. I get it. Should all of us come outside? No. Some of you
Yeah.
troublemakers stay in the house, and unfortunately, somebody in the hood is gonna get shot in the thigh. They're gonna survive. They're gonna survive. The weather's nice. It's nice. It's a nice 80-degree weather for a thigh shot. Now they will survive. But what I'm saying is this: some of y'all stay in the some of y'all stay inside. We don't want you to go. Some of y'all are only capable of coming outside when it's 62-degree weather. Okay. Some of y'all are capable of going outside when it's 80-degree weather and know how to behave. Some of us don't know how to behave. Some of us need to only come outside when it's 32 degrees outside.
But Sean, if they come outside now, you get it. So this is when you come outside now, it's a preview of what you're going to get this summer. You know what I mean? Get to see what's coming out during the summer. So it's like this weather is like a pre-fashion show, pre-viewing, and you get to see what's coming out. You can give it the no's, you can give it the yeses. Like, yeah, I'm
And right,
thinking you might not want to wear that.
okay, right, okay, you got a good point. And on top of that, thank God it's not a humid. It's gonna be a regular hot day. It's not a humid day because even back in the days, a couple of generations ago, even to now, folks in the hood they like to put the pumps on and get the water popping. Can't do that no more. We got tariffs now. We got tariffs on the water. Okay, leave the water alone. This is one of those times where I do
Sure.
believe that this is good that people got a lot of mobile devices now because you could go outside. Can't get in, try not to get in too much trouble if you got to sit in the park and instead of enjoying the birds chirping, if you want to sit there on your mobile device and stare at it, that's fine. I'm just saying this. In the hot spots in New York City, even out here where I live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, be careful. It's going to be. Thank God, the school season is
Mhm.
still in session.
I'm
Okay,
going
because the kids
uptown.
got they come out of school at 3 o'clock. It's going to be a little turn up activity in the hood or anywhere. You guys be safe out there. Sharon said, everybody come outside. I say, 80% of y'all come outside.
Hey, Sean, I'm going uptown. I'm going in the hood. I'm going uptown to the Washington Height area because they gonna be outside. They are outside. Everybody's outside. Thigh and all. I'm going uptown, going in the hood. I'm going to the Chinese food restaurant to get the wings and I'm going to the dollar store. All of that. I'm going to do all that today. I'm
So you
going
know what? You're
uptown.
right. Everybody, let's clap for being outside today. Come on, let's clap. Let's clap. But when you outside, please be aware of your surroundings. That's all I'm saying. And I don't care where you at. It doesn't matter where you at. You can catch it out in the suburbs. You can catch it in the hood. Just when you go outside, just be aware. Look both ways when you cross the street. That's all I'm saying. If you see an old lady, help her across the street. Do something kind. You know. And Sharon, before we get into the show, there is, and I know we know this, but I just want to bring it up. There is something called sidewalk etiquette. And some of us we need to discuss that really quick. And some people don't know. So sometimes those lines in the sidewalk are like directional lines. You're supposed to walk on, if you're walking forward, you're supposed to walk on the right. You're supposed to walk in the left if someone's coming towards you. Just sort of, if you envision yourself in a car, it's almost the same situation. Sharon, I don't like the folks that are not paying attention, taking up half the sidewalk. You got to walk around them. You got to walk
Mhm.
beside them, and they are oblivious to their surroundings. Sharon Barnes, before we start this show, and welcome to the show, any place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen Sharon Barnes this morning, and God bless you. Sharon, are you up to par on your sidewalk etiquette situation?
I definitely am. Move out of my way. Excuse me. Why are you standing there? Don't you see other people coming? That's it. You know,
And how's
you
your
start
walking
expressing
pace?
that.
Are you walking on the right side of the street?
I definitely am because I know what street I need to run up or down in case something pop off. You see, we got that. Now up in the hood, there is no sidewalk etiquette because those lines are gone. We just walk. We don't even pay attention to the lights. Boom. Maybe up there where you're at, they got lines on the sidewalk. Not. Down here where I'm at, they just have a sidewalk, and the others they pretty much just stand in the middle with all the kids, and you have to talk loud when you're walking on your way towards them. I hope they move out of the way by the time I get up there. I hope they ain't gonna block. You got to give that, and then they kind of see you and it kind of opens up. So the sidewalk etiquette is definitely on tap, no doubt about it.
Okay. Hey, guys in the chat room, welcome to the show. Any place on earth where you get your morning started, right? How's your sidewalk etiquette, guys? Let's be honest. We have an honest moment now. Sharon is like, yo, you know what? I'm approaching you. You're gonna have to move out the way so I can keep it pushing. Uh, and there's a rhythm to walking, on the sidewalk. I mean, if you're healthy enough to walk. Me, I like to be consciously aware of walking. I like to keep a steady pace. I try my best not to be in front of, and I try not to be in the way of other people walking. If I'm walking with somebody else, I'm like, yo, come closer to me, let them go by.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just constantly aware. So, guys in the chat room right now,
It's a lot of
how's your
etiquette.
sidewalk etiquette game? Do you care? Do you
That's
not care? Do you walk slow as hell? Do you walk fast as hell?
yeah.
Are you cursing somebody out in your mind that's walking too slow and not allowing you to get by? And have you ever done that? Because we need to have these type of conversations because, like Sharon said a few minutes ago, everybody come outside. So if everybody comes outside, do we need a playbook on how to do certain things when we're outside?
Sean, you might have to write that up.
Do you think we need a sidewalk walking like mentor or like a walking traffic agent, Sharon?
Well, you know what? They may start charging us since they're charging us to drive around in the city. They might start charging us to walk. So we better be careful. Could you imagine have to pay a certain amount of money to walk? And if you get caught walking on the wrong side and not having your sidewalk etiquette license in your pocket, that you're being charged to like, like, okay, you're gonna get charged $5 because you didn't or you did. So yeah, probably got to get up to date. I don't know. Sean, you might have started something now. We all got the tariff stuff going on. Now we got sidewalk etiquette.
And this Sharon, if you laid on your sidewalk etiquette tickets, they tow your shoes. They Sharon, they give you a 30-day limp.
What
Sharon,
you
it'd be
get for
like this.
shoes that
Oh
trip
my
over?
God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What is,
This
what
is
is,
my third
what,
limp.
oh God.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Shawn Harvey Morning show feature. Make a team with the Queen, Sharon Barnes. We truly appreciate you. Matter of fact, let's go back to the old school. I want to see the hearts in the chat room. I want to see the hearts in the chat room right now. Where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, now Sharon, Naroma Johnson. I can't see the chat room. Uh, Sharon, if you don't mind, could you mention a name or two that's in the chat room?
Let's see. LaShawn is in there, definitely. Good morning,
LaShawn
LaShawn.
who? Which one?
LaShawn Hayes Jones.
Yes, of course.
I have my readers on, so work with me.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Who's this? Miss MG
Yeah, Miss
is in the
MG.
chat room. Deborah
Yeah,
Mathis is in there.
yeah. Okay, good. Now, hold on for a second, guys. I want to see the chat, the hearts in the chat room right now, and we truly appreciate you, Mister Rich Wilson's in the building. I saw that one day. Sharon, let me say something before we get into the news and to sports and whatever. I want to talk about the Knicks real quick. I'm gonna wait for Princess to come into the room so we can talk about that. But I want to talk about something deeper than that, Sharon. I don't know. I'm a big sports fan, and as a child, I grew up playing sports, and my family was pretty athletic back in the day. My cousins, all my peoples, and the people, and all the kids that I grew up with in the neighborhood, and also when I went to school. But Sharon, I want to share this with you, right? Here's the interesting. My father, God bless him, may he rest in peace. He died a billion years ago, right? Uh, he was a big sports fan, right? And that's how I got into sports. But Sharon, he ordained me his teams. He said to me, "You're a New York Knicks fan, you're a New York Yankee fan, and you're a New York Jet fan, and that's it."
Mhm.
Sharon Barnes, I never had the opportunity to cruise the landscape of teams. I never, even as a child, maybe I liked a team because of a particular color. Or maybe I liked the team because it had a particular player. Or maybe I wanted to pick a team because just out of pure curiosity, maybe that was, as a child, one of the choices that I could make by myself at a young age without any collateral damage. And when I was saying to myself, maybe I might think I might want to be a San Francisco Giant fan.
Mm.
My father shut that down and said, "Young man, these are your teams, and if these are not your teams, you will be expecting a whooping at about 6:30 tonight." Sharon, do you think it's right for parents, even though maybe it's like it's a grandfather situation? It could be generational. You have folks, families that are generational fans of teams. I get it. But Sharon, is it right for the parent to dictate and make a decision for the child on what sports team they should root for or be a supporter of? What do you think?
You know what? My father did the same thing to me, sort of, kind of. And I try to do it to my kids. We got split decisions because my husband's one fan and I'm a fan of another team. So we kind of split it. One kid went with me, one went with him, and the third one just went totally neutral. We just like picked something out of the wild. Like, what? Indianapolis Colts. Who's a fan of those? So, but once you get that tagged on you, you grow up, because I did tell my grandson, so I can't really say I forced him to become a football fan that I like, and basketball. Then I learned as you grow up, you got to kind of like make that change and switch, but then you want to honor your parents. If they're not alive and you go ahead and tip off to another direction, you're not going to get in trouble,
Right.
right? The thought process, right? So that's a 50-50 because I'm guilty of it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with the because I'm guilty of it. Yeah, you should impose it all on them, everything. Whatever team you like, go with that team, stick with those colors. Like, do it. It's done to me. Look, it was done to us, right? So it's only fair that we do it to them until they figure out, I don't have to do this anymore. So I kind of, yeah, I kind of, like the team that I have, my football team that I like, right? People here, like, my husband's like, I don't even know what happened. I
Sharon,
should have interviewed you harder.
Sharon, that's funny. Sharon, 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 who was your football team? Why are you keeping this a secret? It's
Oh,
okay.
I'm not. It's no secret for me to be a Dallas Cowboys fan. That's 1,000%.
Oh my,
My husband is a New York Giant fan. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. So the camaraderie in here during football season is everything. I'm coming up on 36 years of marriage. So you got to have that competitiveness, huh? We always have something to talk about.
uh, welcome to the only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? We truly appreciate you. So what you did was right. So you did what you right. First of all, thanks for your honesty. So right, you did what my father did to your grandson.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, poor kid, man.
I did. I did. I did. Sean, I got him the jersey and everything. Now he's out playing flag football. This last week was his first week out playing flag football, and that just part got him into sports. So he's good. He's good.
now, now, Princess Cox no pause is a football coach, and I want to know. And I know you're into sports, Sharon. I think I'm going to say something that's really weird because back in the day, and then we're going to get into the show. We'll get into the Knicks. I get it. Back in the day, I grew up on Innervale, 163rd in the Bronx, the concrete jungle, and we really didn't have no parks right there. The only park was up the block of Cantona Park, but at that time, the dope fiends had the park. And we played a lot of touch football, right? Because we didn't have no tackle football like that. I mean, in the immediate neighborhood, and I love touch football. So it's to me, and I guess this is a football question. Like, it's gonna be weird that I say this. I'm a big football fan. I'm a Jets fan, but I would be okay for football to go to the. I got love for flag football as well. I think the NFL should kind of go to that kind of flag football kind of version. I know what I'm saying is crazy, but I kind of like flag football. I don't know about the tackling because everybody gets hurt and all that. Uh, would the NFL survive with a little flag football? Like, I don't know. What do you think, Sharon?
Yeah, Sean, that's far. That's it's just no.
No.
They already, yeah, the touch, the grab, the drawers out the pants, that thing there. Yeah. I'm not. I wouldn't be a fan of that. I mean, I really, literally, just really, really started getting into college football. Just kind of like watching that because I used to just skip college football and go straight, straight NFL. And then now we got flag football. Well, we've always had it. Not that much in New York, but we've always had it, and they've opened up all these fields now, so we have football. But NFL flag football. Could you imagine what the betting would look like? Am I wrong?
Now, you might be right. And the Trump administration might not even allow flag football because 2 men are two men are too close to touching the butt. Uh, yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? I bumped
Yeah.
my head. I'm gonna take that back.
Mm.
Flag
Oh,
football can kiss my ass right now. Let's keep
I want
going
to
with
keep
the
my
professional
vision.
football.
Yeah, I want to keep my vision. I want to keep my vision of what I think. I start seeing too much touching.
All right,
We go.
Sharon. Who else is in the chat room, if you don't mind? And then we'll get into the show. Go Knicks,
Prentice is in there. Let's see, Mr.
Printed,
Richard Prentice is
printed.
in.
Flag football or tackle? How you living right now?
He ride or die. Naomi is in there. Hey, let's see. Who else is in here? So that's who I can see right now.
Okay.
My scroll is
Uh,
going a little slow this morning.
all right, Sharon. Let's get
Oh, wait a minute.
into.
Alfreda Jackson is in there. Hey, good morning. She said, "Congratulations to the Knicks." So, the Knicks won. People were going crazy on social media last night. Wow.
Yo, Sharon, I want to play. I know you're a woman of God, but I might have to play. You're gonna have to, Sharon. You're gonna have to go into the other room because I'm gonna play one of my guys that I follow on social media, and he's cursing up a storm. Sharon, put your little plugs in because Sharon, when the Knicks won, my wife ran into the room like, "Are you all right?" And like, I was so hyped up, I was about to body slam her ass. I said, "Yo." The dog was barking. Jalen Brunson hit that shot to allow the Knicks to go up 1 point, and it was the first time that they took the lead the whole game after being down 20 points.
20 points down.
And the
John, you have to
Celtics, who
admit,
have completely lost their mind, shooting 3 points, only 25%, shooting threes for the last 2 games in a row. They're chucking them up like they just think that they're going to go in, like they're watching the movie Hoosiers with Gene Hackman and the white kids that won the national champ. This is not Hoosiers.
you
And
have to admit, everybody have to admit, though, hold on. Everybody has to admit, this is a new Knicks team. This is a new unit. This is not selfish basketball. There's not a star and everything is put on that person, that they're playing team basketball. And that's something that we aren't used to seeing from them. So that's why everybody, the Knicks are going to take you to the water. Because I said, Knicks take you to the water, show it to you, and go, aha, I can't get it. And so, but this squad right here, this is adhesive togetherness. Like they're playing together. It's not one person, it's everybody. So when they lose, the team loses. Now, when the Celtics lose, who loses? Just one player.
all right,
We won't mention his name.
you can mention his name.
I can't because he's one of the people that come to the tournament. I got to be careful. I
Hey guys,
can't.
wait,
But
before
he
you
will be
continue.
here this summer.
Hey guys, listen, throughout the summer, I'm gonna hang out with Sharon. We're gonna do a few games over there at the Dykeman tournament. And hey, Sharon, if you don't mind, if someone from the chat room want to roll up with me to the Dykeman basketball tournament, is that okay?
It's great. All you have to do is hit me up, and matter of fact, I'll sit you courtside. And matter of fact, Sean, what I'm going to do is the Knicks will be up at the park this summer, and when those folks come, I'll definitely let you know. So you have to figure out: am I bringing a few people with me? I'm bringing one with me, or am I just coming
Okay.
by myself so I can just suck up all the greediness?
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for that, Karen, Sharon. Now listen. Mikal Bridges, number 25 of the New York Knicks, is the Superman of defense. Also, Mr. Hart, who scored 23 points and grabbed a bunch of rebounds. And let me tell you something, Coach Tibbs will play these men like if they were slaves, they'd be playing 24 hours a day with Coach Tibbs. He got a tight rotation and he's playing the same 8 guys 350 minutes. And he's the coach, and he's out. Not only that, he's out coaching the other coach. And we won 2 games in Boston, as we know. And now we return to the mecca of basketball to put them to sleep.
Oh,
Who knew that
we
the
gotta be
Knicks, the
careful.
Las Vegas odds and the odds makers and the television folks had just written the Knicks off as an afterthought and something that was premeditated that they was just supposed to lose?
They
Last
saw it,
night's
right?
game before the games, DraftKings had the Knicks plus 10, meaning that they were meaning that the Celtics was really going to beat them by 11 points and make it real easy. And look what happened. And like black folks say, look at God. Sharon, before you get into some Nick news, before we get in, I'm about to play some. Sharon, you're gonna have to close your wait. Hold on, Sharon. Keep talking to them real quick. Let me get the speak.
Okay.
But Sharon,
So
you're gonna have to close your ears. You're gonna have
I'm
to
gonna close
open
them.
up a Bible because when I come back, you're gonna hear a lot of cursing.
This is wild. So everybody that's a Nick fan, congratulations on that W, because that was huge. And it was needed. Like I said, I'm a basketball fan. Don't have a team right now. I'm not even going to pick one. I'm just going to enjoy basketball. But any of you guys in the chat room want to come up to Dykeman Park this summer, definitely come on up. 204th and 10th Avenue. I got you all you have to do is come by, and when you say Shawn Harvey, I got you. Now everybody's not gonna be able to sit courtside, but I'll definitely sit some of these notable names in here, definitely courtside. Prentice, afraid of, like, you guys are good, but those Knicks winning last night, and those referees tried everything in their power, but it was one of those situations where you just have to score because they wasn't giving us any calls. I saw that it wasn't giving up any calls. No, mm. Sean, you ready with it, right? Good God, dog on the Knicks. That was great. I actually got up and walked away. I was like, oh, they're gonna lose. Came back like, what? Wait a minute. We won? Get out.
Yeah,
Go ahead, New
because
York.
because some of y'all Knicks fans have been a lot of Knicks fans need therapy. A lot of Knicks fans, some of us are extremely pessimistic. A lot of us, some of us Knicks fans are think it's a foregone conclusion because of the history of the team. We've been disappointed throughout the years. We've had been on the cusp of winning a chip. We ran into the Michael Jordan years where that whole thing was a catastrophe. If Michael Jordan was playing in another year or another league, we would have won some chips in the Ewing days. We've made some bad draft choices. We've traded for players that didn't perform in New York. We also went through years of mental struggles with the players who played for the Knicks and the visiting teams coming into the Garden and whipping our asses because the Garden is the mecca of basketball. So it's been a lot of spiritual, mental, frustrated, physical things that New York Knicks fans go through. And maybe Sharon might be one of them. And I wouldn't even be mad at her because she's traumatized. But you're looking at a knucklehead Knicks fan right here that's going to stay the course. I've been committed to the Knicks fans. I've been more committed to being a Knicks fan than almost anything in my life. I've
How about
been
you for
married
that,
twice
Sean?
and I'm still a Knicks fan. I have
Well,
5 kids. I might even have more. Still a Knicks fan.
I applaud you, and as you should be. As you should be a die-hard fan. Like, I'm a die-hard Dallas fan. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how many games we lose. I don't care. I don't care. That's what I am. I'm die-hard at that. Now, basketball, not die-hard at.
Now, Sharon, I'm going to play a video last night from my Facebook story from this dude that's a influencer, but he's a hood dude from Brooklyn. He's going to do a lot of Sharon. Please close your ears, Sharon. But see, and the thing is, what it is even with the young folks, because they were at the Garden. And Sharon, let me ask you a question: how does that work? Madison Square Garden was open last night for the Knicks fans to go in and watch the game on the big screen, which I think is amazing. But Sharon, do the organization charge folks to come and watch the game, or is that something you just walk in for free?
Well, it's a half and half because I get free viewers tickets. So if you want to go outside and watch, they normally send me several tickets and say, hey, you can give these to people if they want to come in inside the garden and watch the game. And then they'll charge like $10. And then a lot of people who are season ticket holders, they automatically come with it. But the ones that are outside, they kind of give, you get there early, you get a little wristband, you get to get to watch it. So it's a twofold, but majority of it is free. The majority of it
So
is free.
you
You just have to
understand
be that
that
person in the
most folks
wraps.
can walk into the garden when the Knicks are away, and they could sit there and watch the game.
Well, yeah, but you got to go to the ticket window because you got to get you have to get the ticket. Sometimes they might charge you like a $10 donation. It depends. It depends on where they're at and what they're trying to do.
And Sharon, would it be safe to say that because they had thousands of people in the stadium last night? I mean, and outside, like you said, it's safe to say that the concession stands and the beers and all that's open, right?
Oh, that's open. That's open because and it's smart. That's a very smart and creative thing to do. I'd rather stay home and watch it on TV than to go and inside the garden and look up at a screen when I can look directly at it from home. But next time I get those tickets, I'll let you know.
Yeah, but Sharon, I would think that because I was watching videos, and we're gonna get into the show. Just that the Knicks, I know the Knicks is dominating the show for the moment, rightfully so. But Sharon, I think this is more for young folks because I see the video. A number of young folks out there, Knicks, and these folks look like they're between 20 and 40 years old, and maybe that might be right. That would probably be something because I'm not. I don't think I'm going there. I would like you. I would rather sit home and watch it or be amongst friends and family. But to travel down to the Garden, even if they're not there. But you know what? If the opportunity arises, I would do it. If they say, "Yo, we're going to the Garden tonight. We're gonna sit in the arena and watch the game on the screen." You good? Yes, I might do that, Sharon. I mean, I like to go to bed at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock with my old ass, but I might could do that. Sharon, are you built for that life? Would you say, "Hey, yo, let's all go down to the Garden"?
Only if they giving me a suite, I would do it. But just to be like right in the buck wildness of it all, yeah, that's gonna be a no for me, dog. That's
Nah,
gonna
nah,
be a
Sharon.
no
No,
for me, dog.
hold on, Sharon. Hold on. That's not it. You gotta be. It's like Sharon. It's like say. Remember you ever saw that movie Saving Private Ryan and it was running up the beachfront? You gotta be Sharon. You gotta be in the beachfront. You can't. You can't. You can't be in the back with the battleships. You gotta be right there. I want to be right. I want to be with them youngins jumping around. Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I'm 60. Maybe I don't want to jump around too much.
Be careful what you ask for because you'll get it. You
Now,
will get
Sharon,
it. But
close
it's
your
nothing
ears
like
to
just being around a bunch of fans. That's it. Everything is Nick. It's not no, I'm with this team and I'm rooting against them. So everybody there is celebrating and chomping up the same thing. I'm gonna take my earpiece out so I don't hear this. No, I'm gonna leave it in. Excuse me, don't
Sharon, you
forget me to
sure?
listen to this. I
Sharon,
just prayed.
Sharon. And if you got any of
Yeah.
your friends in the chat room, guys, excuse me. But listen, before I even play this, let me just say this. Even though I live in Pennsylvania, I'm in New York. I'm from New York, okay? And New York fans are very emotional. I think that's with any sport. Would you agree to that, Sharon?
Yes, I
But I
agree.
just think that, and this guy is showing his emotions. Sharon, close your ears real quick.
I just
Everybody
prayed.
else,
Go ahead.
enjoy.
Do it.
Fucking Boston pussy. Yes, guess what? Jason Tatum, you ain't fucking ready. Jalen Brown, you ain't fucking ready. Devin White, you ugly fucking pussy. You ain't ready. Dennis Smith ain't fucking ready.
Okay. So you can see where that's going. And this guy is slobbing at the mouth and he's very emotional. Okay, the choice of words, I get it. But we can definitely agree upon the emotions. Sharon, I don't want to go to fantasy world, but if the New York Knicks beat the Boston Celtics, which I believe they will, because what Sharon, you might need to look. I was like, what semifinal team has ever come back from 4 games down? That's a tremendous task. And the Knicks smell blood right now. So, and guess what? The Indiana Pacers are doing the same thing to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Man,
This might be a New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers rematch. from last year, and we have not forgotten what they did to us. Now, Sharon, now, Sharon Barnes, let me share this with you. If the New York, let's go to fantasy world real quick. If the New York Knicks win the championship of the NBA and for the season of 2024 and 2025, Sharon, we're gonna tear this. Yo, I'm gonna lose. We're all going to lose our minds, Sharon. And how many wins are we away from the finals? 2 wins from Boston, 4 wins in the next final. We are and 4 in the finals. We are 10 wins away from the NBA finals champs. I'm going to proclaim this on the show right now. And Sharon, you can go on to your first show, your first story. The New York Knicks will be in the NBA finals this year. The New York Knicks will be in the NBA finals this year.
Okay, from you to God's ears.
All right, Sharon, let's get into your first story. Guys, welcome to the show, only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? The Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team with the Queen, Sharon Bond. We are truly grateful that we are here today. Thank God for Jesus, like my mother said. We hope that all of you guys are doing well. While Sharon is doing her first story, I want to see the hearts in the chat room, guys. Let's get those blessings going. Let's see the hearts in the chat room. Where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, now we go to front page news with the one and only, the Queen, Sharon Bond. Let's go.
Shawn, this Knicks thing is so great that I'm sorry, everybody. It's like that's all that New Yorkers should be talking about today. But you know what? We do have to move on to some stuff and on a different note, Smoky, smoky, smoky. I'm gonna leave that right there for a minute. Smokey Robinson, Mr. Mr. Green Eyes, Smokey. I just so for you all that don't know, Smokey Robinson has been allegedly, they're saying that he had some sexual assault allegations leaning up against him. I'm trying to see at 83, what type of sexual assaulting did he do at 83? Come on, people. Like it's another one. It's like, let's go. How do you go after Smokey? Shawn, how do you go after Smokey Robinson for sexual allegation? What did he do? If he didn't do it back then, when those eyes were even lighter than they are, he's 83, 93, 103. What did he do? Folks in the chat room, I mean, if you guys know about it, heard about it, it's real. They said it was the housekeepers with the RS on the end. So they've had several housekeepers, and he's been switching out on housekeepers. That's one thing that's in the news right now, and just that by itself. And I think everybody knows that Rihanna's pregnant again. No surprise there, not for me anyway. I mean, you're home, you're on the islands. What else is there to do? You're not making any more music. I mean, you trying to catch up with Beyonce? I don't know. Have them, do them. Homeboy didn't go to jail, so you had enough time to knock it around, get it loose, and get it going. I'm happy for her. Have babies. Hopefully they don't have the same attitude she has. But that's my personal that I know. And let's go over here. I gotta do one more, just
Wait,
one
wait,
more.
wait, 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 whoa, wait a minute. Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Please like, share, follow, subscribe. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you're enjoying the show so far today. Put a number 2 if you're not. And especially shout out to D-Lo Mathis. I did a pop-up show yesterday for a few minutes because I was honoring my mother. Hey, guys, one more time, shout out to Mama Harvey for her 93rd birthday. God bless her.
Happy birthday, Mama
And
Harvey.
D-Lo Mathis had popped in. She was on her way from North Carolina down to New Orleans. And D-Lo, I'm assuming that you made it there safely. God bless if you did. Just let me know. I can't see the chat room at the moment. let us know in the room that you made it down there safely. And we're gonna do a show for a few more minutes, and we'll be back tomorrow. And Sharon, thank you so much for participating today. Truly appreciate you.
Yes, definitely.
Guys, I'll be in Brooklyn tonight doing comedy, and I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm all over the place this Mother's Day weekend, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Smokey Robinson, our legendary singer, our legendary one of our heroes who have defied the test of time, who has been blessed like my mother with longevity, who has touched so many people with his music throughout the
Literally.
years, and now he's touching people physically. And and wait. Just before I could continue, okay, he was who was he touching? What was the alleged touch?
Housekeepers. They put the S on the end. The housekeepers.
Now I want to give you some inside information, guys. With Smokey Robinson.
Smokey.
Right. I was going to do a show with Smokey Robinson. As an opening act for a few minutes, and then like warm up the crowd before all that stuff. And I don't want to tell Smokey business, but Sharon, this guy, he still works. He's still out there working.
Really?
Which is nothing wrong with it. He's 85 years. He's 85, right?
83, 85, yeah.
83,
Something
85.
like that.
He's still out there working. Sharon, don't you know this man gets commands over $100,000 per performance and gets paid? They pay him. So now, in saying that, he's making the coin at 83 years old. Now imagine at 83 years old, you're going out every weekend, you're making $150,000. That listen, you can't knock that. And actually doing something that you love to do. That's an amazing accomplishment. Now, does age, are you immune? Do you have immunity because you're a certain age when you start touching? That's the question. Is there a statute of limitation to where you have arbitrarily the freedom to start touching
Well, how old are the
inappropriately?
housekeepers? How old are the housekeepers? Bro, you touch me. You 83 and you touch me? Ching ching right off the bat. Come on, bro. Come on. Like what you want? What,
And
what
I
are
don't.
we doing here? How old are the housekeepers? Just smoke it. Don't do that, smoke it. Come on.
Smokey be pulling out his penis, now come on now. Now my whole thing with
This Smokey's joint, look.
oh God. Now Smokey Robinson, age does not immune you from your behavior. If this is true, sir, you should be ashamed of yourself. But on the flip side of it, it gives hope to all men, especially men. And for me, listen, I just entered the fourth quarter of my life with 2 timeouts left in a 20-second timeout. Okay? Smokey, in his life, he's at the 2-minute warning, no timeouts.
He probably don't even remember he did it. He probably has dementia. I don't even remember that he did it. I touched who? When? And probably, matter of fact, who are you? The wife is just quiet. She's like Bill Cosby's wife, mute.
But I draw inspiration from it because this is a man. Even if he doesn't realize what he's doing, or he does. The guy's 80-something years old, and he still has the desire to touch something. I'm gonna give him a round of applause for that. Now, for your behavior, Smokey, no go, bro. You can't be in the house touching the housekeepers. And
He
now
said
look
you
what they
keep in the
did. And
house.
you was probably treating them like a hot mess. And they didn't like you anyway. And the moment you said something inappropriate or touch, here they come with the lawsuit. And now they're gonna get money. And I don't care how old you are, Smokey got to have some handlers around him to let him know what the current climate is in society. Smokey, this is not the 1960s or 70s. You can't. You are not. You can't grab the vaginas. The Donald Trump can grab a vagina because he's a Babylonian. But you're a black man, and you can't grab vaginas, and you can't touch women. And I'm gonna blame a lot of the people around him because he must be acting really strange in the house. He's probably walking around there butt ass naked. Like he's probably doing too much for these women or men. I don't know who they are.
They were women. They were all women. They were all women, and these women are allegedly saying that he touching on them and so forth and so on. And I just said, Smokey, Smokey, Smokey. Come on, bruh.
Bro,
Now
Smokey,
he's the alligator.
Smokey, you
Maybe he
gotta do
didn't.
better, bro. You're
Yeah.
83 years old. I do
Smoke, you
give
gotta
you,
call me. I got you, bro. Want to touch and
I
touch me.
do, right, right. As soon as he touch you, you getting that check?
I'm getting the check first, clear it, then you can touch me, then the next check. But I'm gonna discuss it with my husband first because we down on a couple of card note payments, and work it out. Just old.
Well, if that's a substantial amount of money involved in this, Smokey, you could touch me as well. I don't know if you're into 60-year-old men, but I'll take a check. You could touch the right buttock, and I'll take you to court, and I'll get that money with Sharon. So give Sharon Barnes and myself a round of applause. We'll get that Smokey money as well. Because if I was married to you, Sharon, and you came home and said, Smokey, touch me, I'm getting my jacket and I'm going over there and I'm getting touched too, because I want to make sure I get my paper as well.
Smuggle, we need them coins. Anybody in the chat room want to get some coins? Because I think I might be able to get in touch with them on Instagram here. Yo, smoke
Yeah,
a
yeah,
touch. I'm having
put
my
them on,
crisis.
right, put them on chat room if you want a Smokey check, if you're willing for Smokey to touch you. And that goes for men and women. All right, Sharon, what else you got before we get out of here? Welcome to the show, guys. Once again, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning Show Wake Up Team with the Queen, Sharon Barnes. We truly appreciate you. Go ahead, Sharon.
So I wouldn't be it wouldn't be fair if I didn't mention the selection for the Diddy trial. The ones that are being dismissed, I think this is hilarious. Oh boy said, I can't do this because my wife then already done figured it out. She done read all the newspapers. She's online and she's already made her decision on whether he's guilty or not. The judge said, well, okay. I don't think that's going to affect you. You staying. The other guy said, oh, nah, this guy's guilty. So people are saying everything to get off of the jury, and you literally believe that things that you say that they'll take you off, but sometimes it works against you. But a lot of these folks is like, we know who Diddy is. Like, who doesn't know who Diddy is? Who? I mean, I'm not even sure what the man is on. He's on trial for. I'm not even sure what he's on trial for. R. Kelly went to jail for mind bending. P. Diddy's going to party for. I'm going to jail for freak offs, and we're trying to get people on the jury to, so that way you can get off. But my problem with the black folks is, and when they fill it with white people, I'm sorry, when they fill it with the others, what's going to happen is oh, well, they're because the jury was all Caucasian, bad. We didn't, get a fair trial where we're sitting right there. You should be like this. I can be impartial. I can, and then send a man home for having a freak off. I don't know. It can't be that because remember something. If he gets convicted for having a freak off, a whole bunch of other people are going to go to jail. Smokey, you too.
Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake Up Team. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. If you would like to call in, we're about to leave though. But if you want to call in, the number's 570-982-6950. And we do welcome you on the Toxic Talk Thursday. Uh, I can't see the chat room. Did y'all want to get touched by Smokey to get that check? I don't know what the response is. And I also
LaShawn
said,
Hayes.
Smokey, you could touch me to get that money. Sharon would want to get touched as well. Guys want to Smokey to touch you to get this money. Now,
LaShawn Hayes said, she said, Naomi, you're gonna let Smokey touch and grab the VV.
she said what?
We let him touch the VV, the
Oh,
goodies
oh
on
God,
woman. Like now that's a different touch right there. We talk
that's
about the
different
arms,
touch.
the shoulder, little I guess a little breast touch or something or whatever. But yeah, it depends on what they touching because the price goes up on the touch. I just want to say that. I got a chart. I got a chart. Like right now, wrong. We got a chart. She said, "Show me the money." What?
Right.
A lot of you
So
women are single. I'm doing wife prices.
yeah, and Smokey, do me a favor. Look, if before I get on this smoke, this
How much he's worth?
see how much Smokey's worth, if you don't mind, real quick. Now to P Diddy, the Diddler, Mr. Touchy Touch himself. One of his charges, they got the RICO charge, they got the racketeering charge. They charging him like a crime boss, and they also charging him for interstate, sexual trafficking, a lot of in a plethora of other charges. It's literally a laundry list of charges. And then the beginning of the week, the prosecution offered him a deal. They offered him 8 years in federal prison, which he turned down. And then the next day, they went to the jury selection phase of this, and he got in on. He stood in front of the judge, and he said, "Judge, I admit that I'm really nervous about this. Yes, you are nervous about this because you didn't take the deal. Would I take the deal? Puffy's 55 years old. They said he looks so gray, and he doesn't. He looks like Charles Oakley." And what I had taken the 80 now in federal jail, I think you got to do all the time, or maybe they might parole you. Like you got to do like 75% of the time. I think you got to do more time than you got to do state time. Uh, Mr. Brother Love, Mr. P Diddy, you're 55 years old. You already did 7 months in jail, right? That'd be credit. I think I would have did the. I don't know. I would have did the 6 years in jail. This is a crap. I don't know how this is going to play out. You're right. One of the juries got potential jurors got disqualified because they said they can't go 8 weeks without smoking weed.
That was
Which I thought,
wild.
which I do respect the honesty. But look, let's look at this in real time. They're picking the jury pool right as we speak, and then Monday they're going to start the trial. Think about it, Sharon, and think about it, everyone. The prosecution, who do they want? Who they don't want? They don't want black men like me from 45 to 60. Might be caught up in the puffy years back in the day. Back with the bubble suits on and the biggie and the turn up. Because, even though, what he did was sinister, I think black men got love for Puffy. I think the prosecution will want a conservative Babylonian, sort of like a Donald Trump kind of supporter kind of guy that's not really into hip hop music. I don't think the prosecution want black women. I don't think so. Even though it does make sense, like black women to be like, no, hell no, you go to jail. I don't think so. I think the defense would want. If Puffy wants to get out of this whole situation, you need the OJ jury. You need middle-aged folks that love you from back in the day to get off of this situation.
Mhm.
Babylonian white women is going to be the death of you, bro.
That's right.
Urban Babylonians, they will save you. The conservative Babylonian, they will put you in jail. So let's think about this in real time. The defense want a Sharon Barnes type of model. The prosecution wants the Babylonian that's not really into hip hop music.
Oh,
This child's supposed to last about a month. We see what happened to R. Kelly, even though R. Kelly, I think, was worse than this. And R. Kelly, remember, R. Kelly didn't take a plea deal as well. This is high stakes, guys.
But Sean, they're sending us to jail for stuff that they've been doing for years, and years, and they're still doing it. And you're going to jail for mind bending. You're going to jail for having a freak off. I've never even heard. Like, what? Who named that anyway? Somebody else, because that's not what we don't call it that. Somebody else named it that. And you're going to jail for, like, we're prosecuting you for that. Then they saying that first, and then they're going into all the other stuff. Now, what he did and how he did and all these things here, whether he did or not, I don't know. I mean, I know of the family. I know some people around the family. I've seen some stuff, didn't see some stuff, but it's people. I see that with a lot of different people. But us as folks, we got to figure out what we're doing here. They want people that want to go home fast. That's what they're doing on that trial, on that jury. Because they didn't send me a paper so that way I could be on there. I would have loved to have been on that trial. I would have loved it. I would have been on here telling y'all, giving
Sharon,
the dirt.
Sharon, you would have loved to have been on the OJ. I mean, on the not OJ. I mean,
Yeah.
the Diddy trial.
Yeah, I sure would have.
Why?
I sure would have, because I want to see his face, his family. I want to see what the other jurors are saying. Because when you're in that jury room, I was on jury duty. When you're in the jury room, the stuff that they talk about and that they say while you're like while you're sitting there, what people are doing, the ones that are sleeping, the ones that are waking up, like they've made their mind up already. And then how the prosecution, how they lie and turn the story around, and like I love all that. Like I would have loved to have been on the trial. I really would have. Because we on the trial, you're gonna get all of the deets. You getting all of the deets. And then you can compile that with the stuff you already know, because I already know some stuff to see if it match up. That's where I'm at. I would have loved to been on it. I would have loved to been there a month. And I heard that the pay rate for this right here is good too. Shoot. And I can't get touched by Smokey. Come on. I need some bread to come from somewhere.
Okay, so if I was Diddy's defense lawyer and I looked at you and I put you in the, because we got to pick a jury, we got to pick in the pool, and I was Diddy's defense lawyer, and I'm picking it. Now we come around to you because you're potential jury 1148, and you got 1148 right here on your chest. And I'm looking at you and me and Diddy, and we looking and we feeling your vibes. And I'm like, Diddy, what do you think? You think we should pick Sharon over here? I think we're gonna look at you and we're gonna like, you know what, Sharon? Honestly, I would pick you. Put a number one in the chat room if you think Sharon Bond would be a great selection for the Diddy jury. Put a number two if no.
I would definitely love to been on that. I would have been, woo. I would like, just listen to the other people. I'd be like, really? And so, because they would look now, because black, the white jurors gonna say, so do you guys really have freak offs? I've been like, what? What do y'all call them? Like, you're gonna get those questions because they're gonna ask. They want to know, like, is his name really Diddy, or is it Sean, or is it Puffy? And did he know? Like, they're gonna ask you all these questions, and you can kind of like lord them over to your favor, but you can get to see, what they're gonna say. I'm telling you, I would have loved to have been on that trial, and I wouldn't have said anything about me knowing the family. Me, what was the name of that restaurant they had back in the day? Because they made some really good grits and shrimp. What was the name of the restaurant? You remember, Sean?
I can't remember, but wait, let me say this.
God, that food was good. Oh,
Let me say this. I would be a bad candidate for the Diddy trial. I'll be honest with you. If the prosecution would put me on it, it's not gonna be good. Free Diddy. He's gotta come home. I want to see a black man walk out that courtroom triumphant. What he did is unexcusable, of course. Should he spend the rest of his life in jail for it? No. Dragging Cassidy around, yes, that was not a good look. Not a good look at all. And I'll be honest with you, should have did a few months in jail for doing that. I'll be honest with you. But for him to spend the rest of his life with baby oil and cocaine and music and parties, no.
yeah, I agree. Because
And
if that happens, that's the precedent, right?
And come on, ladies in the chat room, 1 or 2 of y'all in your lifetime been dragged on the floor, so let's knock it off.
Come on, Sean. No, 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 no. Those women are in jail. Cause you drag me, I'm going to jail. There's no trial. Send me to jail because you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You got
Ladies,
quite a
put the
few
number
ones in
one
the
chat
chat
room
room,
here, been
Sean.
dragged on the floor. Not nobody hit you,
Uh,
just been dragged.
we got a lot of
So
a
yeah.
drag is a hit, Sean. Come on now. You drag, especially you pulling on this good hair that I had to what?
Okay. All right. Listen, Sharon Bond would be a great candidate for a jury. Shawn Harvey wouldn't. I would fake the funk and I would say, yeah, I'm impartial. I don't, I just want the facts in front of me. But when I get in that courtroom and I see Diddy, aka Charles Barkley, I'm gonna look at him like, bro, I got you, bro. We're gonna get you out of here. And even I wouldn't allow the jurors to pressure me either in the little room that Sharon talking about when they come to a decision and they like, yo, are you voting with us or not? And I'll be like, if I'm not voting for Diddy, we're gonna stay here all day. It's gonna be a hung jury. I'm not doing that.
That's
Sharon
right.
is more open-minded to it. But
Want the
I
deets.
say let Diddy go. I mean, what are you gonna do? So if you find him guilty, what? He's gonna spend 20 years in jail for this? Really?
That's all right. That means that when they start them sidewalk tickets, guess you're gonna go to jail for that too. So be careful what
Okay.
we
Well,
what we
guys,
wishing
we
on each other.
truly appreciate you. I need to see the hearts in the chat room. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shawn Harvey One Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen, Sharon Bond. We truly appreciate you. Sharon, you got anything to say to these folks before we leave?
You know what? Thank you, everyone. And I truly appreciate the love. There's a lot of ones in the chat room, Sean. There's a lot of ones in there. And the name of the restaurant was called Justin's. Named it after his son. Whoever that chef was, like let's talk. But on the real, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the love. And Sean didn't mention it, but I'm having an event come up on the 18th, and it's on a Sunday. And so he's going to be the comedian there, having the ladies at 83, 93, 73, 63 laughing. And we'll get to see, we get to see what it's all about. And he came to mind just supporting, just supporting us as people. And one of the things that we have to do is we have to go back and support each other. We say it a lot, but we don't do it. I practice what I preach. And I try not to be preachy. I promise you that. But today I want to give this word right here, and um, it's called grace. God gives us grace, so I want us to give each other grace. And that goes for Sean, and that goes for Puffy, that goes for the prosecutors, that goes for myself. So let's give grace because we want to receive grace. But if we give grace, let's see what that looks like. And if you want to give grace this week, please put a one in the chat room. I'm gonna use Sean. Just put a one in the chat room because I'm definitely going to give grace, and I give grace to everyone that's out here listening, the ones that wanted to be on that couldn't be on. Grace is extended, and I hope grace is extended to me, and hope that whoever it is that you pray to blesses you, and he blesses you real good because my Lord will.
Well, thank you. Well said, Sharon. We truly appreciate you guys. And listen, enjoy the weather. Sharon said in the beginning of the show, everybody come outside. I say no. Not everybody come outside. Some of y'all can't handle it. You're mentally challenged. But other than that, you guys be safe. We truly appreciate you. And we see you guys tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. For Feel Good Friday. Thank you so much, Sharon. Let's wave at these folks.
Let's
See you
go.
guys tomorrow. We are out.